Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today we are watching Toraki in his Arizona. He is on the map Fault Line in a standard battle. And it's a tier 7 battle, but well, not a lot of tier 7s around. Also there are no destroyers and no aircraft carriers, which is nice to see in a battleship. Now the Arizona is a premium ship. She has recently arrived in the EU shop, and well, she's been in the NA shop for a week now, I think. The Arizona is she's a nice ship. She plays pretty much like New Mexico, and I will link a review in the video description. The review is written by LittleWhiteMouse, and she does pretty good ship reviews. So if you're interested in more information about this ship, check out her review. Now I bought an Arizona for myself. So far I've only been able to play one battle, but I found this very good replay here, which I'm sharing with you right now. Also a little bit other information. I have recently reached 500 subscribers on my channel, which is absolutely amazing. I welcome all of my new subscribers, and I thank, well, my old and new subscribers for being here and being awesome. I said some time ago that when I reach 500 subscribers I will celebrate on a stream with a bottle of rum, and that's probably happening this Friday. And there will be a detailed announcement video probably tomorrow. With that out of the way, let's take a look at this battle. Now Toraki is here going more towards the right flank. Usually you don't want to be... well, you want to avoid this channel because of torpedoes and torpedo ambushes, but there are no destroyers around. And I don't think he's actually going that far to the right, but probably more here towards the middle. You want to be careful here in the center, because you just can't get shot from so many different sides, different ships. So unless you're sure that the majority of the enemy fleet is at a position where they can't shoot you, you probably don't want to go through here. Now, often here on the left flank you will see a big battle, and the majority of the friendly fleet is moving here towards the left side, I think. Now there is a very brave Texas who is wearing the special camo. And unfortunately for him, he is also sailing broadside on currently. And yep, that hurt, I think. The Arizona has a range of 16 kilometers, but you can mount equipment, which increases the range of your main batteries to, it's like 18.6 kilometers. And look at that. There is a Fusor showing broadside, which is not what you want to do. But it looks like there are quite a few enemies here on this flank. So pushing in here too hard might not be a good idea. Yes, friendly Kirov is already turning around. The Pensacola, I'm not exactly sure. He might be trying to find cover behind this small island. And it seems like there are quite a few ships on the left flank, but they are quite passive right now. And the friendly destroyer, the only destroyer in the game, is dead. So with no destroyers and no carriers, there won't be a lot of spotting. There is a Königsberg. He's kind of showing broadside, but I thought he was turning. I guess, yeah, he is turning. And this poor Pensacola is in a bad spot. This island doesn't seem to provide any cover for him. Can't really escape. Going closer to the battleship is not a good idea. Going into this channel forces him to show broadside, which will just keep him there all that fast. I think he is reversing, but he is in a bad spot. But the Fuso is so focused on sinking the friendly cruiser that he is carelessly showing his broadside and will probably die. Yep. There goes the Fuso. Now it seems like this York here has run out of friends. Although, you know, those islands might just prevent the friendlies from spotting. So far, it seems that York here might not have much support. Now he is maneuvering, he's trying to avoid those shells and he's doing quite a good job, but not sure how long that will save him. There are friendlies here coming as backup, so they kind of abandoned the left side. Seems like there are few enemies pushing, but the majority of the friendly team is now coming here towards the center. And look at that, there was a Königsberg coming. But the Königsberg has torpedoes, so there will probably be torpedoes in the water. But at 4 kilometers, yeah, you really going to hurt if you're at 4 kilometers showing broadside to a battleship. Oh, the Königsberg was a bit lucky that he is still alive, but don't think he is dead now. And not sure, this one torpedo might hit the ship. It's pretty close and yeah, it missed. So very nice torpedo avoidance from Toraki here. And look at that, the York is trying to retreat and by doing so he is showing broadside. But he might be able to get in cover behind the island in time. It seems there are quite a lot of enemies here on the left flank, and it's pretty even currently, wise. And the friendly ships, they are not really sticking together that well, so the friendly team is a bit spread out, the enemy team is pretty clustered here. Let's see how that works out for them. Now, the friendly team is pretty close to the cap. They could try to make a push and start capping. Well, you shouldn't show side to a battleship. Now, Toraki himself is showing broadside, but so far those ships don't seem that interested in him. So it's working out nicely. And yeah, I think that Nuremberg might... Well, there goes the Nuremberg. But there are still a lot of ships here on the left flank, and there is only one defender. It seems the majority of the friendly team is pushing hard towards the enemy cap, and that's certainly a viable strategy. Should be able to take this cap and start capping before the enemy arrives here. But Toraki is going to defend, and considering his position, that's a decent choice. The friendlies have enough ships to take the enemy cap if they decide to push in there. So all that's left to do here is delay the enemies that are pushing here, or maybe even stop them outright. Now it's also possible that some of those ships turn back in order to defend. But we shall find out. And look at that, I think that Cleveland is showing broadside. It's always nice to see it's being friendly enough. Let them shoot you. Or well, maybe he's currently turning. Well, that salvo was a bit too far, but one hit there. And So far we only see the Cleveland pushing in here, so either a lot of ships have turned around or they're pretty slow moving forward here. And that Cleveland, I think, is way too focused on the friendly cruiser and completely ignoring the battleship side, which might cost him. Well, the Cleveland's still alive, but he certainly took a big hit here that could have been avoided. And yes, of course, this Cleveland has to angle against both ships. Cruiser can. Citadel as well. But I mean, those ships are pretty close, so he could do a better job at angling. And he is realizing that doesn't have... or not. I thought he would turn around and try to retreat, maybe. And, well, I think the friendly cruiser finished him off, so... there goes that Cleveland. Now it's looking like a pretty sure win. Of course, a lot of things can happen. But unless something goes seriously wrong, this game should be a pretty easy win from here on. The enemy team didn't start off that bad, but somehow their push here was a bit of a failure. They ignored the battleship to their flank and got punished. And look at that, there are still 2 ships around here. I'm wondering what they were doing. I think they were spotted at about this position some time ago. But somehow they didn't push in with the Cleveland and they didn't turn around. I'm not exactly sure what their plan was. Although the Arizona is a pretty slow ship. If you're in a slow ship, you have to plan ahead and think where you wanna be 5 minutes from now, because you can't really change your position all that fast. Now the Arizona is angled and she does have some very nice armor, so the salvo is probably not doing that much. This is a situation where high explosive would probably be better, but you can't switch ammunition types very fast, and the Arizona doesn't have a very fast reload. So if the enemy ship actually turns and shows broadside suddenly and you have high explosive loaded, you're usually going to bite yourself in the ass. So oftentimes you might want to keep at armor piercing in the hopes that the enemy makes a mistake or is forced to turn. Or in this case, would hope that the Atlanta shows herself, because you definitely want to have more piercing loaded for that. But as you see, it doesn't do much against the Arizona currently. Also, if you haven't noticed yet, in the new patch version in 0.5.808, I don't know. But in the newest patch version, you see the shells colored, like blue for armor piercing and yellow for high explosive, so it's easy to spot what somebody is shooting. Now, features like that were available for a long time if you used mods, but it's nice to see them implemented in the main game. And, well, the battleship is down and the friendly cruiser is down. He's slowing down here, he's waiting for the Atlanta to come around this island. Hopefully Atlanta will be broadside on, and there she goes. Now the Atlanta does have torpedoes, so you gotta be a bit careful about that. But that was a very nice salvo, and Atlanta can't be lucky that he is still alive. Now he has to dodge the incoming torpedoes, and the next salvo should be able to finish off the Atlanta. Okay, those torpedoes aren't even anywhere near him. Oh, the Atlanta isn't showing broadside this time, but I think he's so low on health it probably doesn't matter. And there is the win. Now let's take a look at the results. Toraki managed to get 2085 base experience and 5 kills, so very nicely done by him. I think it was well played and it was an interesting match showing off the Arizona. Now he managed to get a few Citadels, got Confederate and Kraken. It's also nice to see now that you can see how many secondary hits you have in the results. And he managed to do 123,000 damage. So I hope you enjoyed watching this game, and I'll see you guys next time.